One of
as a ex-Byleth secondary, the more I've been watching JustinByleth Twitter, the more and more depressed he seems about the character. So I don't know that tag's going to be staying JustinByleth for that much longer.
Listen,
we might be seeing a switch to Justin Steve soon.
Perhaps, but like the tag is so iconic that sometimes I forget that Byleth isn't his last name. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do get where you're coming from with that.
Yeah, but on the other side, we have Deltaforce, the best Link main here in New Jersey, one of the best in North America as well. Just has been so impressive for a very long time. So definitely a familiar matchup we are seeing here.
Yeah, JustinByleth kind of taking the brunt of the blows right now to start things off. I was about to say it's not too far off and then went flying off, but you know, this is a matchup that is definitely, or not matchup, this is a seeding that is favored for Deltaforce here. Again, kind of the only Link to really be doing it to the extent that he does. So
yeah,
it's a matchup that you kind of don't get to face too often, and that can lead to situations where you don't know what to expect.
Yeah, no, it's definitely been a much more rare sighting to see Link players. I mean, we used to have like T from Japan back in 2019, really dominating, but once he stopped sort of playing as often, it sort of has become a bit of a wasteland when it comes to the sort of Link activity in the world. But Deltaforce has been holding it down for a while now, so he's going to help make this turn into a pretty even match heading into game one so far. But just as I say Justin gets one punish.
We get the Steve ladder coming out, and a lovely stone block sticking around to be a tech block in two different situations.
Yeah. No, definitely the platform play is huge, and I feel like Justin, as he continues to play Steve, continues to optimize the way that he uses these platforms in different creative ways. Obviously, there's the combos you can do, but also the defensive positioning. But here we go. We got some mining. We got this big wall right here. I mean, this is the classic Steve gameplay. What can I say? Here we go, though. Again, another massive wall. And that's the thing about PS2, right? Is the amount of stone and iron that you will find on this stage is just like, it's a lot. So yeah, so far it is starting off pretty solid, but Deltaforce is able to get neutral or KO.
Yeah, sorry about that. My Wi-Fi just dropped off the face of the earth for half a second.
Oh, whoa.
Hi, everyone.
Well, welcome back. I mean, you missed out. You missed out on the Deltaforce KO, but JustinByleth responded right back. And hopefully the Wi-Fi is back and doing good.
Looks like we're better now. I'm not fully sure what happened there, but
listen,
I just
remote commentary is difficult, man. It's hard.
It just be like that sometimes. It's still not as bad as that one time I did Scarlet Classic comms with Lentini, and he just couldn't do his last like 2 or 3 blocks.
Oh my goodness.
His Wi-Fi was that far gone.
Oh my gosh, that's so unfortunate. But
yeah,
listen,
but this is not that situation. We're good.
Today will not be that day. But here we go. I mean, this has so far been a very close game one, but JustinByleth kind of running out of resources. Let's see if he can create some space and have the materials to find these resources soon. And here's his chance.
Yeah, does have the gold, so can kind of, you know, break through and get a couple more resources pretty quickly if needed. The one problem is Link has a really easy time kind of getting through those blocks, which most characters don't.
Yeah.
Oh, the momentum canceling with side B is going to be enough to stay alive, but Deltaforce ready with the remote bomb, and JustinByleth does not have a response to that.
The snipe right there with the remote bomb. Definitely one of the Deltaforce specialties. One of his sort of signature things that he's able to do is use that remote bomb in all different types of ways, and sometimes you just got to straight throw it at him.
Yeah, everyone talks about remote bomb as like, you know, this is the future of Link's meta. People are going to figure out bomb combos, and they're going to do like effectively Peach combos with remote bomb and hit it with more explosive fashion. And then you just see like the actual top Link players just use it like a bomb.
Yeah, no, sometimes
they just throw it at you.
Them, you know what I mean? Sometimes less is more, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's definitely the case when it comes to a player like Deltaforce, who already has very intricate gameplay. You don't want to make it even more complicated for yourself. So when Deltaforce keeps it simple in that regard, that's kind of where he can sometimes thrive.
Yeah, and you can see JustinByleth, especially after that last game, definitely wanting to play a bit more with distance.
Yeah, for sure. He wants. I mean, the main thing with that end of that game is that he ran out of resources and just didn't have the ability to like break out with a minecart. Wasn't able to bring out an anvil, right? He didn't even have the time to mine his diamond, so or mine it into a or craft it into a sword. So you definitely want to play a bit more patiently, especially now that you're down.
Yeah, we can see the walls coming back up. Deltaforce gonna help the cause a little bit by blowing himself up. But even still, just so much pressure he's constantly able to put onto JustinByleth. It still feels like even when the walls are up, Deltaforce is really proficient at getting in and still making it feel uncomfortable for the Steve.
Yeah, and this is what I like from Deltaforce right here. Link, traditionally a more defensive character, but I mean, Deltaforce playing quite aggressively, I would say. I mean, doing a good job of keeping space, but also really going in with that neutral air pressure and the very disjointed attacks that Link has.
Yeah, we do have the diamond in play now. We are going to opt to craft it, and I totally get that option. When you're already in a situation where a lot of your scraps and skirmishes aren't quite going your way, the more damage you can put behind it, even when your opponent's at a higher percent, the more likely you are to get that kill out, especially when gold kind of lacks in that kind of kill power that you need.
Yeah, and here we go. I mean, with 2 attacks alone, already at 40%, but wow, really good call out right there. Strong forward there coming out from Deltaforce, bringing it to the potential last stock of JustinByleth's winner's life.
Yeah, was able to find the second diamond, so that's going to be a blessing, but oh my god, that up air just straight up beating out the anvil.
Yeah.
It's a tedious situation, to say the least.
For sure, and look at that remote bomb just going all over the place, getting hit by all different types of things. Really just a battle of all of these different moving parts, you know. So this is definitely one of those matchups where, like, if you show this to your parent, they will not understand a single thing going on.
Absolutely. They'll be like, oh, that's Steve from Minecraft, right? And then they won't know anything else going on.
Yeah, but
they'll call him Zelda, too.
Real. But anyways, I mean, so far, I mean, pretty solid lead from Deltaforce, who has really been surviving super well. I mean, we saw him play a bit more aggressively earlier, but now that he has this lead, he's doing a really good job of holding on to his survivability and sort of holding on to that, you know, stock.
Yeah, you get in the upper class of New Jersey players, and eventually, one way or another, you're going to have to play Syrup. And I'm seeing a lot of Syrup experience coming through here on the side of Deltaforce.
Yeah,
This is definitely a matchup that he's worn and weathered and has figured out how to play well.
Yeah, I mean, there's a multitude of very strong Steve players here in New Jersey. I mean, Justin being one of them, but also, you know, Stefan, who has been PR'd in the past, A9, who has been a PR contender and is PR'd in South Jersey, and Deltaforce saying, I don't care about any Steve player. All I care about is getting my nares off. And JustinByleth kind of go to John like, yo, why you do me like that? And yeah,
you could see, I think he was starting to kind of parry bait at the end there, trying to find an opening. Didn't have any resources whatsoever, just had the diamond tools. And so it was a really uncomfortable situation where you had to look for some tool or some option, and your back was already so far against the wall that there wasn't really anything for JustinByleth to look for.
Yeah, so we have a pretty decisive victory there from Deltaforce. I mean, definitely a good fight put up by JustinByleth, who, again, is still one of the best players here in New Jersey. But, I mean, Deltaforce, I really put a lot of pressure with the Nair. Like, the Nair put in so much work this specific game, I feel like.
Yeah, C4 as well. You know, that's the kind of thing that you do expect from Deltaforce at this kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, those are definitely...
He do go crazy with it.
Oh, for sure. And, I mean, looking right here, I mean, just being able to put the pressure from the ledge, really limiting Justin's ability to play more defensively like you might want with Steve, trying to get resources.
Yeah, but what else do we have going on? We've got... I'm looking at the rest of the bracket right now. We have A9 sitting in a top 8 qualifier because Zamba, Dodger that he is, did not make it out to this event. 1-2-0 against Vars for that spot, and is waiting on Stefan and Smash Bros to duke it out to see who will be coming up to fight him. Beyond that, we have Beady Bean, who is going to be playing Deltaforce now that he has beaten JustinByleth. Jackal and Sinister are duking it out at the moment, and that will be fighting either Mateo or Sabri Quetzola, thank you. Bit of a harder one to pronounce.
Not all,
and then
not all
finally,
these tags are easy to pronounce.
yeah. Finally, you've got Marvell.